If you're in the market for a new driver in 2025, there has been some fantastic options out. The Callaway Elite, the TaylorMade QI35, the Ping G440, but is it the most expensive driver that you should be looking for? And is it a 2025 driver that should be going into your golf bag? This man has tested them all, and today we are out here seeing which one is going in his bag for this year. Dave, welcome back.
How are you doing, Chris?
Very good. Yourself?
I'm fine.
So Dave,
a bit tired.
Fatigued, are you?
Yeah. We're filming this the day after the Masters, so I was up a little bit late.
Why is that why you've got your green on, Dave?
Green for Rory, yeah.
I've got his shoes on as well. Right, Dave, we've narrowed your driver search down here today, and we've got 3 drivers to go at. We've got one here that comes in at a whopping £750, a XXIO club right here. Been a fan favourite, hit this shot inside in the simulator, your longest drive in many years.
Yep. Has
performed out on the golf course, but today we are going to narrow this down and see if this should stay in your bag. So lead us off, Dave.
It's kind of the 3 that have actually performed the best overall.
Yep, from all the testing we've done over the last 12 months, these are the best performing drivers for Dave, given their setups, which we'll talk about as we go through this video. XXIO first. Just giving that the full beans. That's a nice bullet draw down the middle. And you would have seen a tracer, guys, but Dave did a bit of a pirouette and decided to dive in front of it.
Sorry,
Dave,
Chris.
A good shot. Exactly what you've expected to see from that. Let's go now to the next price-wise. That's correct, Dave. You have to think about that then.
Well, I wondered what you were going to say.
We are talking now about the Cobra DS Adapt. We've got the KMAX, is it? Let's have a look.
Yes, Max K.
So the KMAX, what setting have we got it in on there, Dave, as well? So we've got the Future 33 fit, which you'll see on screen now.
A7.
We've got it in A7, which I will check the website and put it on whether Dave's got it in the right setting or not. A great fitting system. You can get the app and you can get this into the perfect settings for you depending on what your bad shot is, which is I do think is a good thing. Because again, if you're starting to have lessons and you're changing your game, plenty of options to adapt this to your current swing.
Very similar.
A little bit low on the face, but it'll be very interesting there to see the forgiveness from that driver. Now let's go for the cheapest option, and we say the cheapest option, we say the more affordable option. We do have one that was fitted for recently, Dave.
Yes.
And that is
it's the 11 NH01.
Ah, right, so fitted by Nick himself. Did a fantastic job. Golf ball isn't there. I've nearly trod on it about 10 times. But obviously there's one thing here, guys, and you will say this driver does come in at £249, but Dave has a TPT shaft in there, which by all means is not the cheapest shaft. We know that is an upgraded shaft, and we know that is quite costly, so this has made this a bit of a Frankenstein club. More affordable head, 13 degree head, I believe.
12
degree. We've just been doing the mini driver, that's why I said 13 degree. But TPT shaft here, Jumbo Max grip. It was fitted, you can get fitted for this affordable driver. And that's exactly why. A higher launch, starting up the right, drawing back nicely. And so far, Dave, that has performed exceptionally well.
That's as good as I get on here, Chris.
Yeah, so a nice combination there of a nice compact head, because let's put that down on the ground, Dave. Obviously, compact head, very for me, tightest looking, so not the biggest of head. And again, we do know we've got that TPT shaft in, but then the Jumbo Max grip certainly helped you out so far, Dave.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how it works, but it seems to have taken the left-hand side of the golf course out of the way the majority of times. I won't say that it's gone completely, but you know, I'm hitting a lot less left than I was.
Right, let's go and see where those are finished up, and then we shall get some numbers out here on the golf course. And guys, if you're new to the channel, then welcome back to this YouTube channel. If you want to join us on that journey to 50,000, then make sure to hit that subscribe button. And guys, if you're a regular viewer of the channel, I'm sure this is the video you've all been waiting for. What driver is Dave going to go with? Let's see what he's up with first. So up here in the fairway, we have the 11. Just down there on the right hand side, we have the XXIO on the left hand side of the fairway. And the miss-hit Cobra is obviously 20-30 yards behind. It is flirting with the out of bounds, but those two right there, impressive. And Dave's just saying he was normally around about this mound, and I would say those are 30 yards further. And it's not, although the sun's out, it's not the warmest this morning, Dave, is it?
No, and they're on distance for me going for the green in 2, whereas back where that mound is, I'm laying up. And
yeah, and what stroke index is this?
This is stroke index 2.
2, yeah. So normally not a hole that Dave can go for, because we do have a ditch there, and obviously it makes it a little bit awkward. But right there, David fancies his chances of getting over that ditch and having a chance. So guys, get in the comments below, what clubs have you tested? What have you got in your bag? Obviously, what drivers have you looked at this year, or are you still using an older model driver? For example, this is being filmed the day after the Masters. Obviously, McIlroy did finally win the Masters, and he was using an older generation driver, so the QI10, he hadn't gone to the QI35. So have you looked at maybe last year's model to try and save a little bit of money, and you maybe had that driver and you haven't seen any more improvements in performance? Because that's obviously a big talking point. Is a new driver going to help you? Not always the case. It might be something like a shaft, like we've seen in that driver from Dave. First up, we're in with the most affordable driver, although we know we have that TPT shaft in there. So we have the 11 driver. So again, not a 2025 model, but we've got the 12 degrees. We've got that lofted up after the master fitting with Nick, which is a bonus for such an affordable driver. And launch and performance straight away is of what we have been seeing out on that golf course. 209 carry going out to 227. More importantly, Dave,
straight down the middle.
Yeah, and not having a turn to the left. So very interesting there.
Yeah,
certainly.
I don't think the way I'm swinging is particularly different to how it was before when everything went left.
No, and this is it. So we've got the combination of that shaft and the grip on there, which are certainly options that you can get from 11, which is a lot of people probably thought you couldn't get fitted for these clubs. Dave's got fitted for a full set of hybrids. Let's see if this can repeat.
Little bit right,
Bullet straight, just up the right. I don't mind that up the right side of the fairway.
No, I don't either.
218 carry going 237. So let's have a quick look at those averages, Dave. Certainly something you've been seeing. 214 carry on average, 233 total, 2,600 spin, which is a perfect number. But look at that chart. So peak height exactly the same, give or take, and again dispersion right next to each other, extremely consistent. How will that Cobra do? So next up we do have the Cobra KMAX. So very impressive range this year from Cobra. For myself, it was the best performing driver, and again for Dave, was the best. It was the outstanding one at the start of the year, wasn't it?
It was. Performed very well.
And now obviously we've had a lot of comments saying, is it better than last year's model? Is it better? Again, the 11 driver is not a 2025 model, but with shots just like that, that's exactly what we have seen from this club in general. And unfortunately, we didn't get the numbers for that day because the monitor had just gone off. But a fantastic drive down there. Again, we've just had a little bit of a glitch with technology. I'm going to try and load that back up and see if it did pick it before it went off. Let's have a quick look. And you will see that on screen now. So 209 yards, or 210 yards carried, 230, but straight down the middle. So we're back in now. Take two. That's two fantastic hits. We have slightly moved the monitor, and that's not exactly where that golf ball has gone. It has gone slightly down the left-hand side there, but 214 carry, Dave, 240 total. Extremely impressive. You can see the Cobra, great numbers again, great ball flights, exactly what we've experienced over the testing previously, but we can see the tendency to work a little bit left again. Although we've got the 33 settings, the future fit, we still could potentially tinker with those a little bit more to straighten that up, but how will that XXIO do? In now with the XXIO.
Ooh, well, it's all right.
Absolutely loaded with technology. Just up that left half again, which we know is Dave's tendency. 214 carry, going 235. So interesting numbers again, right up there with the other two clubs. Let's go one more now, Dave. And that is another fantastic shot. What's that going to carry? Over 200 yards, 207, going 225. So extremely consistent there from that XXIO, and we can see from that chart on there, we can see obviously dispersion wise, we can see bang next to each other, but again just down the left hand side, which is where we're trying to take out for Dave. We're trying to get him to take out that side of the golf course. We can cost him a lot of shots here at Garforth. But what is Dave thinking? So Dave, finally, three fantastic drivers, because we can't grumble with the numbers there.
No, all very consistent numbers wise, but for me the one that's helping me more than any other is the most affordable one, the 11.
Yeah.
Quite simply because it doesn't want to go left.
Yeah.
And as you said earlier, you know, around Garforth, if you start hitting things left, then you're in a lot of trouble because most of the out of bounds is left.
Yeah, so obviously grip was taken into account in the fitting. We've got the TPT shaft you had, which Nick thoroughly liked, and then we've got the setup that he did. Obviously you can get hot melt in those faces, which is something that tour players have, and that's something he did obviously do with that driver to allow it to take that left hand side of the golf course out of play.
Yeah, and it just seems to be working. I mean, I don't fully understand the technology, but if it works, it works.
If it works, it works. And guys, that's exactly the point there. If it works, if the technology, you might not understand it all, but if it performs well, for Dave, is it going to give him more confidence? Yes. Is it going to help him lower his scores? Certainly, that has the potential. And those two drives there, just down the right-hand side, but no curvature. And Dave can start to work on that as the season comes. We've already seen a handicap drop. But guys, what driver would you be going for? What driver have you got? Have you been fitted? Or have you stayed with an older driver? And if so, why? And what do you still play with? But guys, if you're enjoying the content, hit that subscribe button and get in those comments and let us know what else you want to see on the channel. What do you want to see Dave test? What do you want to see me test? Or do you want to see us get out and play a few more games, a few more matches against some other people here on YouTube?